There are some really big changes coming to real estate starting on August 1st. In most states, these changes will go into effect on August 17th. However, in the state of Arizona, we are required to make these changes early on August 1st. One change is that realtors will now require you to sign a showing agreement, which will outline any buyer agent compensation before any homes can be shown. This agreement can be for one specific home or for any homes you plan to see together. The only way I can see getting out of having to sign one of these before seeing homes is if you plan to represent yourself or if you plan to have the seller's agent represent you. Now, depending on your knowledge of the real estate market or your experience in buying homes, your trust level in that agent who's also representing the seller, and the complexity of that particular transaction, this may or may not be a good idea for you. There is definitely risk there when you're asking the person whose fiduciary duty it is to represent the seller to also represent you as the buyer. And personally, I see a lot of issues with this in the future and a lot of buyers being taken advantage of, so keep that in mind. Okay, on to the next thing. Another thing that will be changing is that offers of compensation will no longer be able to be advertised in the MLS. What's happening currently is that the seller will offer to pay the buyer's agent's fee, so the buyer doesn't have to pay that, and they are advertising this in the MLS. The complaint which caused this change is that many agents were choosing not to show homes to their buyers based on the sellers who were not offering to pay that fee or were offering to pay a lower fee than what they'd like to see. However, a lot of buyers would literally instruct their agents not to even show them homes where the seller wasn't offering to pay this, because that means the buyer would have to come out of pocket. And a lot of buyers, especially in these last couple years, do not have the extra funds to be able to pay this fee. Now what will have to happen is that the buyer will have to negotiate the fee for their agent before any homes can be shown, just in case the seller of the home that they choose does not offer to pay that compensation. The argument is that this is more transparent and the buyers will be more educated upfront on what all of their fees are, although removing these fees from the MLS so everyone can see, to me, it seems a little less transparent, but that's not my decision. I am certain this will be market dependent, meaning in a seller's market, it's likely we're going to see less sellers offering to pay this for buyers because it is really easy for those homes to sell, and they've got multiple offers anyways, just like we had in 2021, 2022. However, in a buyer's market or a balanced market, when homes are harder to sell, I imagine more sellers are going to be willing to pay this. I know these are a lot of changes and this is going to be new to everyone. So if you are planning to buy or sell a home in Arizona in the near future and you're curious about how these changes may impact you, please reach out and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.